negotiating deals.
Find me some shit, I'm stunning in this bitch, everything legit.
I want me a meal to see just how it.
Rebels, ha ha, everything legit with Wise and Pitt. You know it's real if they said it.
You are now listening to Rebels Radio with Wise and Pitt.
Yes, sir, my boy. Welcome to another episode, man. Everything's Legit podcast. Checking in live from Rebels Radio. It's your boy Wise checking in.
With your boy Pitt. You already know. So everything's legit. Let's get it.
Come on, man. You know how we gets down, my boy.
Yeah.
Man, we made it, bro. Into
Yes,
2020.
sir.
Looking like we're going to get out of the year alive. How you feeling, bro? How's everything?
I'm feeling lovely, dog. Like you said, we made it. We at the end of the year. Another week or so left. Kind of a breath of fresh air. Looking forward to, something new.
Yeah.
A new year.
Yeah.
Just hoping to make the best of any opportunities that come our way. I'm just excited right now. I'm excited at this point. I just know that after this last 2 years that 2020 has been, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be able to hit that corner. You know what I'm saying? Hoping for that green grass on the other side.
Man.
It's dead over here.
Shoot, bro. I ain't even the word, dog. Like, it's almost like you happy it's gonna be a new year, but you tiptoeing towards it. Like,
yeah, like I don't know.
yo, I don't want to be like, yo, new year, new me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause shoot, bro, 2020 was supposed to be it. I was supposed to be everybody here.
2020 vision.
Yeah. Come on, man.
And we was blind, huh?
Didn't even see it coming.
Crazy.
Shoot, man.
Crazy, bro.
Shoot, man.
But yeah, we here. Final episode for the year.
Yeah, bro.
Hoping to make it a good one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we was gonna make it that end of the year wrap up episode, but we got some things that we working on, so we figured we'll make that a special episode, and we'll start the year off with that episode. But not to step on that, but 2020 being a year of like just us being quarantined, just things happening unexpectedly, having to adjust and just find different ways to make things happen. You got anything that you will remember about 2020?
When you talk about making things happen and adjusting to this new norm, first of all, right here, everything's legit. This is the child of that those issues, that we face with a whole global pandemic and everything. And also I can't forget about everybody else that I know of personally who have had to make adjustments. Seen a lot of new businesses popping up, a lot of people just being creative in their space. We got Twan the Don, Birded Law, Brim to the Low with Don's Den popping off every Saturday on Facebook Live. Just so much. We got Silk doing his thing on Instagram Live. Verzuz, of course, was the biggest thing that came from quarantine. Tori with Quarantine Radio on Instagram Live.
DJ Nice.
Yes. Can't forget about DJ Nice. He showed us that he turned the flashlight on when we was in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Because we was all nobody know what to do.
He kicked everything off. He was the one that made it like, oh wait, we could jump on this and do it virtually.
Yeah. So it's been a learning experience for everybody. Out of discomfort, a lot of people grew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a lot of growth, and that came from the discomfort of being locked up.
It's true. It's true.
My homegirl, K Cindy Media. She got her talk show, virtual talk show. Well, she has people in studio with her, but she has dope production set up. It's just so much that happened, so much that came from, like I said, came from the discomfort that, now going further into the future, even after let's say pandemic is over, now we got so many more different avenues. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's found a way to do something or find a way to make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's definitely made us tap into our creativity a little bit more. Yeah. And I guess we can be thankful for the learning experience. It was rough, but we can all be thankful for the experience that we gathered from it.
Yeah, no, that's true, bro. Like it made it. What's funny is like just think about it in terms of like hip hop. It recycled everything, and it rinsed off and purified just everything, because just if you think about just pre-pandemic, right, just where hip hop was headed, the direction it was going into, like a lot of gimmick was running hip hop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what was going on was beyond music. Like, in order to get any type of recognition, in order to get any type of notoriety, it had to be something outside of music to get you on, right? Pandemic hit, we forced to stay inside now. You know what I'm saying? So now that we forced to stay inside, everybody's on a level playing field. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no going outside doing dumb antics or doing something in public to get attention, because ain't nobody outside to see you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now the you gotta create. The creativity gotta come through. You gotta create. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you have to find a way to make dope music that's gonna stick to the bones. Because now that we home and now that we able to actually sit down and listen to it, we paying attention. So now, yeah, you might have a dope dance, but if that song is trash, bro, we don't even want to dance. The song is trash. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that the real creative, the real hip hop, the real music is coming back to the forefront, that wave is coming back around, and we get to experience it, we get to see it, we get to be here for it. That's a benefit of just going through it, being patient, and now being at this moment to where we can see, like, okay, where we came from, where we at now. We know we still got ways to go, but it's like, all right, we know how to maneuver a little bit better than we did at the top of the year when everything was uncertain, So shout out to 2020, man. Even though it's been a crazy year, we made it. Yeah. Gotcha. So one of the biggest things to, like you said, well, since we here, and we ain't gonna really, like we said, we gonna step on next week, but one of the biggest things that come out of pandemic 2020 was the verses.
Yeah.
So let me ask you though, up to this point, what has been your favorite verses?
Off the top of my head, of course, I gotta go with Jeezy and Gucci. I'm looking at the full lineup of them from the beginning. DJ Premier and RZA. I really, really, really like Teddy Riley and Babyface. Teddy Riley and Babyface went into Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, which was another dope one. That one was
That Erykah Badu and Jill Scott one was real good. Man, I don't want to say I almost forgot about that one, but I almost forgot about that one. Like, I forgot about that one. That was a dope one.
Yeah. Then after that one, we had Nelly and Ludacris. I know we can. First of all, let's go back to Babyface and Teddy Riley, and Teddy Riley's internet. Or no, it wasn't his internet. His
Wi-Fi.
Sound. He had this whole production set up like he was about to perform on stage at the Grammys or something. And we never gonna forget that meme of him looking back at the we never gonna forget that. That was hilarious.
Teddy Riley Babyface one was the one that had to get rescheduled, right?
Yeah, the first one that got rescheduled. Okay. And then when they finally got it together, they finally put it together. It was so dope.
Yeah, it was.
It was so dope. Babyface he's just as smooth as he's always been. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. Even when they had to reschedule it, he was just like, yo, I think we should just do this another time.
He said just so cool.
Yeah, he said it's so cool. Teddy was like, no, I got it. It was like, no.
No, you don't.
Do you? Nah, but yeah. So after the Babyface Teddy Riley, we had the Queens, Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, followed by Nelly and Ludacris, which was another one that had some technical difficulties that was dealing with storm in St. Louis. So Nelly was trying to navigate through that, but ultimately when they got it together, it was dope. After that, we had the Bounty Killer and Beanie Man, which by most people's standards was the best of them all, or the greatest up until that point. And I have to agree. They had the energy, the energy that you expect from that from the culture, from the Caribbean culture. You know what I'm saying? Just fun, electric, just excitement. That was the first time that the versus battle was the two people were in the same place together. So their energy was it was through the roof. Like, it was just crazy. So
yeah, that versus changed the energy of versus.
Changed the game.
Yeah. That versus changed. That was a versus that made us realize that performance is important. Because prior to that, it was just pretty much playing your music, watching them just kind of like sit in front of the screen and vibe out. Mm-hmm. Every once, because a Little John, the T-Pain one, they had a little bit of performance in it, but that Bounty Killer and Beanie Man one was full on concert for the whole 2 hours.
You know what? You're right. You are so right. My screen didn't have all of them. It only had like the real, like, what you call this?
Yeah.
Now we gotta run it back. We gotta rewind.
Because it started off with Boy Wonder versus Hit Boy.
The crazy thing is, if you go on Tidal, the very first one is Swiss Beats and Timbaland.
Well, that's the first one. That was the OG original one. That was the one that set everything off. That's when they was on. That was the most organic one. They was just on Instagram Live, going back and forth, track for track. They was going for like 5-6 hours. Like, that was the longest one. And then the next one after that, you got Boy Wonder, Hit Boy.
Yeah.
Yep. That one was good. That was the first. That was when those first couple battles, Boy Wonder, Hit Boy, Dream, Sean Garrett, Neo, Jonte Austin, those, even Scott Storch, Manny Fresh, those were more production battles. Those were like, okay, what you put your hand into, no matter the artist, if you was on it, if you helped produce it, if you played the piano on it, if you hit the drum, if you was in there and you brought them the water, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you was part of the track, you played it. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
what Versus was about.
Yeah.
And then
All the way up into the T-Pain, Lil
That was
Jon. That's when we started getting more
yeah.
into the
Yep.
artist side of it. Yeah, okay.
Yep. That T-Pain Lil Jon, because I believe that was probably the first one of like artists where we were like, okay, these are two huge artists,
Yeah.
and they going at it, yeah, but that was they had a little bit of performance on that because both of them was lit. They was both drinking.
Yeah, yeah.
But speaking of drinking, even going back to the Dream and Sean Garrett, when they was on there toasted and that turn, it went from a positive to a negative real quick. That's when we realized that that battle, we realized that the libations were a necessary part of what's going on. Because once it starts flowing and it hits your blood, then it's like, oh, okay. It turned into a whole different scene.
Yeah. T-Pain kept calling Lil Jon Jonathan. Jonathan.
He kept calling that man Jonathan.
Then when we got to Erica and Jill,
Yeah,
they was throwed.
Yeah, they was both of them was through high and drunk. Cause they was sipping wine. You know, they was chiefing beforehand. And they was throwing a little back and forth.
It was light though. It was like, you know,
little light jab.
It was like we had the 112 and Jagged Edge. I don't know if that was appropriate to come after Bounty Killer and Beanie Man, but you know, something had to come in there.
Well, because all on wasn't there. Like it wasn't all on 112. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, all y'all ain't gonna be there. Then what's the point?
Yeah. After that was Kurt Franklin and
the Sunday Church one.
Yeah. Alicia Keys and John Legend was pretty dope.
That was they did that one for oh man, there was a reason why they did that one. It was the black Juneteenth. They did it for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
They did it for Juneteenth.
Right.
Yeah.
Then after that, we had the Battle of New York. Jadakiss and Fabulous. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was real fun.
That was
Jada
when
was lit.
Yeah, Jadakiss. That's when we were reminded that Jadakiss is top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like
top 5, dead or alive.
Yeah. That's when we was reminded that he ain't really nothing to play with. Then you had the two legends come after them.
Battle of the Dogs.
Snoop versus DMX. That was a dope battle. That was dope.
Yeah, that was real fun to watch.
Yeah, man.
I ain't seen DMX have that much fun. Like just look that like genuinely happy in so long. It was nice to see.
It was dope to see DMX in that element. It was dope to be able to appreciate DMX, dog. Cause at one time it was DMX, Jay-Z, who was the better artist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And DMX was selling. He was the dog. He was the top dog.
Yeah, I always remind people that there was a point in hip hop, especially as far as we talking about New York, that Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule were running New York.
I forget what video I was watching the other day. It was a Ja Rule video. I was just going through YouTube watching videos, and at the end of the video, it was the three of them standing at the end of the video, but that was like a sign, like, yo, them the ones that's running New York. Yeah. It was Ja Rule, DMX, Jay-Z. But remember, they had that Murder Inc. That's who it was. Murder Inc. was Ja Rule, Jay-Z, DMX. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to have an album. Remember, they had the Source Award, the Source cover, with the three of them on it.
I remember that Source cover. Yeah,
it was a legendary Source cover. So to see and be able to appreciate Snoop Dogg, DMX, and then Snoop Dogg too, just being reminded that Snoop Dogg is probably the most popular rapper in the world.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's interesting about Snoop Dogg and DMX? Snoop Dogg has always been there. Like he's always been a constant. Now, when DMX disappeared and he would try to reappear, all we heard was negatives. Oh, he's on drugs. He's this. He's that. And so it kind of clouds out the impact of his music or the art that he's given us. But like I said, Snoop has always been there in some form, some capacity, just always there. So it was dope to see both of them with the energy that they had to, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, for X to look so happy, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a dope moment for me.
Yeah, that was. And then we had probably my top 3 verses. Rick Ross versus 2 Chainz. Boss versus Titty Boy. It was a mismatch, but it was fun.
It was definitely fun.
It was that was the first versus where the extra stuff played a part. Like that's when it became like, oh, this is a show. Like, because that was the first verses where it was like props and like other things coming into play, and the performance of a song. Like was like, because Bounty Man and Bounty Killer and Beanie Man. I'm mixing the names up. Bounty Killer and Beanie Man showed that it was like you need to perform, like, but this one, like the show, like everything, like was part of it, like, and it just reminded me just how dope Ross is, because even though Ross did that was over the summer, like Ross can go again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Ross can go again, and he still got records he ain't touched. You know what I'm saying? And but to show how big of an artist Ross is. Then we had the verses of all verses.
Yeah. The petty party.
Yeah, this is the verses that when you think of who verse who, this who you think of. This is the original. This is what verses before verses.
Yeah.
Brandy versus Monica. The Petty Wars.
Yeah, it was fun. Just that little tension that you saw there, even though they were trying not to. Well, one of them may have been trying not to display so openly. Was, you know, it was there. We saw it. We noticed it. Everybody, you know, of course, social media went crazy with it afterwards, and that was just one of those things where that's when you realize that no matter how much money these people got, you know what I'm saying, they're still human. You know what I'm saying? They still, you know what I'm saying? It's still I know you, we all right, but we all right from over there.
Money don't take the petty away.
Yeah, like you cool and all, whatever, you know. But, you know, you do you, I'm going to do me, and we're going to do it separately.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Because that's kind of stuff like when people say like, I don't mind you eating. You just can't eat at my table. That's it right there.
Yeah, because even after the verses, when they were doing like the post versus interviews, and everybody was trying to figure out, yo, are y'all cool now? Like, even that was like, like it was cool. It was a moment, but you know,
yeah.
And that might have been the first. Oh no, I'm lying. That wasn't. So yeah. Then after that one, we had the Battle of the Aunties.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite. Before my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was dope. I like the stories when they started drinking and got a little and Miss Patty kicked the shoes off.
Kick them shoes off.
It was a wrap after that, boy.
Yeah. That was a dope. That was kind of like that feel good. Like that, I felt good about that one. Like,
everything leading up to that one. That was one where everybody was like, we cooking Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna be. That was the first verses that everybody was. That was the first verses that everybody was like gaming for. Like, oh, okay, like, nah, this is a moment. Like, like we gonna make our day around the actual verses. Like, we gonna make sure we had the move set, the food. Like that might have been the first verses that was like that, where it was like, yo, we gonna get right for the verses. You know.
Yeah. It was definitely dope though. Like,
and
just thinking about those two ladies and the legacy, it's
the history between them, the stories that they told, and then like, Dionne Ward to come out at the end. Like, dude, like that's so much. That was too much history between them, dog. Too much history, too much music, and hip hop.
It's crazy because it was kind of like a bridge to the one before it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you got Gladys, Patty, Dionne. Next, the next under that is Whitney, and then under that is her kids.
And which is Brent. And just if you think about if you know hip hop, Gladys and Patty get sampled every year.
Every year.
You know what I'm saying? Like at least once a year there's a hit song out where one of them is sampled on it. You know what I'm saying? So
big facts.
Their music is still relevant right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very.
And then so that was supposed to be the end of season 1.
That was the end of season 1.
That was the end of season 1. So what was your favorite verses of season 1?
Whew. Of season 1. Well, if I'm going off of just, you know, how I was feeling about the music that was played and where I was at that time period when those songs were dropped,
I know what
I'm gonna go with Nelly and Ludacris.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But if I'm going off of what I enjoyed seeing the most, I gotta go with Auntie Patty and Gladys.
Patty and Gladys. That's a good one. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I believe the one verses that had me, man, it's two of them really that had me from beginning to end. Teddy Riley and Babyface. Just the hits between them.
That was I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's like a very close second because that was my favorite, and then I started getting other favorites, and so
it pushed you to the back.
I had to put them in order.
But you know what? That's because we suffer from just recency bias. Like you almost forget where you was at, what you was doing when those battles happened, because it's been so many since then, and they've gotten so much better. It's just like it's just weird. But I just remember knowing every track, just like, and I'm an R&B head, so like that just put me in my mood, in my zone. And then Ross and Chains, bruh. Like Ross and Chains, even though it was a mismatch, those are my two favorite hip hop artists. So just to see them on there perform their songs, being from the South, that was the first battle of the South. That was the first battle of Southern artists together, putting on for Atlanta. That was the first verses where so if Beanie Man and Bounty Killer changed the trajectory of verses, Ross and Chains did the same thing as far as it reminded everybody that the South runs hip hop, and it also brought into the equation, just everything else around you, like the atmosphere that you're in, the things going on around you. Those would be my two favorite ones of season 1.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And then, of course, season 2 comes around, and they kick it off in a major.
What was supposed to be. At first, what it was supposed to be, T.I.
Yep, T.I. and Jeezy. Yep.
But we all know that that's not what the people wanted. and honestly, Tip had pretty much planted the seed a couple months earlier on his podcast with Jeezy.
When he asked him, right?
Yeah, about getting in the same room with Gucci. And, doing something, burying the hatches or whatever. And so the people ultimately wanted Gucci versus Jeezy. And that's what we got. And that was one for the ages, bro. Man.
That was probably,
that's the way they kicked off season 2.
That's how they kicked off season 2. It was probably the most legendary verses. Man, that was just everything that just around that verses, just the energy about it, the storylines coming into it, just the how it even came about, the mystery surrounding it, the tension, bro, the tension in hip hop, tension out of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? In the streets, it's the battle for Atlanta, the mecca of hip hop.
That was the first battle that I think we all watched with. That feeling that you have inside you where you feel like something bad might happen
at any second.
Yeah, like you ever, okay, you from Miami, you ever went into one of those neighborhoods where it's always something popping off and anything can happen at any moment.
It can happen,
the whole time you there, you like, time to go home, man. It ain't time to go home yet. My goodness, it's getting close to that time where these boys go crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? So the whole versus battle, you watching like, oh man, Gucci ain't sit down yet. Feeling like Gucci, like get comfortable. Like, nah, he ain't getting comfortable. Like they're gonna get comfortable. Feeling. Yeah, it's that feeling that was there. And then it was like you said, they were like we talked about. The setting was Magic City.
It's legendary.
This is both of their stomping grounds. Right outside is they playground.
They backyard. Right in their backyard.
So
and just everything about it, bro. Just from the lead up to it, the walking in, like it was like a boxing match, bro. It's like you anticipating to come out. You anticipating the first time they lock eyes. You anticipating the first track that drop. You anticipating the first time the first diss record gonna get dropped. And you realize real quick that Gucci did not come to play hit records. He came for war.
He came to get some pressure off. Yeah, he was not there
because he didn't play none of his hits. He came to get pressure off.
I'm saying out of the whole battle, he probably played maybe 4 of his hits.
Man, he was playing disses. He was playing, hey, bro, we here, we out here. What's up? What we gonna do? But just if you was in that situation, how would you respond? Like, so, and then if you Jeezy, how would you respond? You know what I'm saying? Like, like Jeezy responded the way he was supposed to respond. Like, okay, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that was the most legendary. Just everything around that verse is just like the impact about it, just the after effects about it, the impact on the culture. Like, even from that moment on, like now, everybody's trying to recreate that type of verses. You know what I'm saying?
One thing about that, and I don't know, I can't speak for everyone else, but as we go into the other one, then it'll make more sense. One thing about that one is it meant more to the South than it did anywhere else. Now, anybody else, I do feel like it had a far-reaching effects, especially the way the whole build up and the way it went down and the way it finally ended, I do think the effects were more far reaching, but as a whole, it meant more to Southern hip hop culture than it probably did to anybody else.
Yeah.
And then over the past weekend, we had E40, Short Dog, 40 Water.
40 Water.
Battle of the Bay.
Was Short Dog.
Yeah.
That was a good battle, man. That was a real dope battle to see the Bay get that type of exposure, to hear the history behind them. Them dudes is literally the foundation, the building blocks of West Coast music, and to hear the stories they telling about how songs were created, how they got together. It was just a good look for West Coast music in general, and to pop off West Coast. I'm sure now we're gonna get plenty more. You know what I'm saying? But the pop that top off of West Coast, what two better artists? You know what I'm saying?
Right. From the ground, start, from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? You can't jump out there and talk about whoever you want to talk about, whether it be the game or, whoever, West Coast artists. You can't jump out there with them if you don't start from the bottom. And like you said, when I was talking about the previous battle, the Jeezy and Gucci, like I said, it meant more to the Southern hip hop world than it did to anybody else.
Yeah.
When we first started talking about E40 and Too Short, you said it was a good battle. Over in San Francisco and Oakland, it was a great battle. It meant everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, like, Verzuz is giving us everything that we could ask for. You know what I'm saying? And I know we talk about this all the time, and it's just like, I don't feel like anybody else is more qualified to give it to us than Tim and Swiss. You know what I'm saying? Because they've worked with artists from every genre.
Yep.
They've done everything. So
yep. And they both flamboyant. They both got the personality. They both got the charisma.
Yeah.
To pull it off. So it's dope just to see them on that stage and be able to give hip hop this platform. But over the weekend they had this interview. They interviewed Ja Rule, and they asked him about the potential battle with 50, and he pretty much same company line. He ain't doing it. Don't want to do it. He said that Verzuz is supposed to be something positive, fun, celebrating, putting them together. Won't do that.
Yeah, he's not there yet.
And then he mentioned something about, but hey, if he wants to put on some boxing gloves and get in the boxing ring, we can do that. So it's like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it would be good for hip hop. Ja Rule, 50 Cent.
Possibilities are endless with 2020. Like 2020 kicked off a storm of wild stuff. We had Nate Robinson get in the ring and get beat up by a YouTuber. Like,
yo, got knocked out.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, we got undersized NBA slam dunk champions getting in the ring to fight YouTubers and losing, mind you. You know what I'm saying? What else? Like, it's just been a weird culmination of entertainment. Like, entertainment even had to switch up the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if this is already like signed and sealed. They just waiting for it to happen. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if none of this is like the beginning of the build up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna start seeing them go back and forth in the media for a couple months and then it's gonna drop that they already, like, I wouldn't be surprised, man, because you got like certain things you just gotta do. Like certain things you just have to do. Like just to be bigger than the culture It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. The culture needs it.
Yeah, and I can't lie. It's a lot of people that would love to see Ja Rule and 50 Cent fight.
Yeah. I'm sure they would want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like
especially for the money, for that bag.
Come on, man. 50 Cent about that. So it's like, but it's a potential thing. I think it'll happen eventually. But we'll see, man. It's been a dope year for Verzuz. It's been a dope year for hip hop, even though, we've been on this lockdown. Still found a way to create through it and make something happen. Also some other good news, man. Gucci Mane and Keisha welcomed the baby boy to the world. Ice Davis. Shout out to Gucci and Keisha. Little Gucci in the world of Ice. That's gonna be dope to see that develop online. Gucci gonna let us in on that, so that's gonna be dope to see. Some new music coming out, man. Into 2020. This is the last real week. Might be the last Friday, last weekend of 2020, right?
Next week is
next week. But
next Friday is gonna be the first of the year.
Right, so this is the last weekend. But hip hop been kind of on a slow halt for the past couple weeks. Anything you've been tapping into this week?
Lil Durk just dropped The Voice. I'm about halfway through that. Still working my way through the Jack Boy album.
Lil Durk dropped that The Voice. That was for King Von.
Yeah,
that was a dedication to King Von.
He got YNW Melly on there. But so far, Durk kind of been dope. Like he ain't no slouch. So other than that, there was something else. I can't think of it right now.
I do know that I saw, before we get into I saw Jeremiah. Shout out to Jeremiah, man.
Yeah.
Making a full recovery from COVID. But I saw, I guess this was like his first interview since he got out of the hospital. And he was just giving his account about how his organs failed, didn't think he was going to live. He said a couple of days before, felt dehydrated, thought he was sick, so he was down in NyQuil. Then he said next thing you know, he woke up in the hospital, And then from that moment, it went downhill. Doctors telling him his numbers ain't getting better, his organs is failing, thought he was gonna die, and then he just found a way to make it through. One of the things that he mentioned was that Chance the Rapper was there for him a lot of the time. So during the interview, Chance the Rapper came through during the interview, said that they're like family, whatever, and supported him. But apparently, I believe it's Christmas Day, if I'm not mistaken, they have a joint project coming out.
I think that dropped like 2 weeks ago. As soon as he first got out of the hospital, it's I don't want to call it a Christmas project.
It has a Christmas theme. I think the title
Christmas theme, yeah. But I've heard some of it, and it ain't it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? it's decent from like you remember a couple weeks ago when I said, oh, I think Chance the Rapper got something coming out, but I don't know how I really feel about Chance the Rapper. That next day, that's when that dropped.
Okay. Yeah, it's called Jeremiah Chance's Merry Christmas Little Mama.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but he said that he also got like a movie coming out, or a movie dropped already around that project. So it was dope to see Jeremiah back working, back out here and doing his thing. You're right, it dropped December 11th. So shout out to Jeremiah back out here doing work. It's good to see him. Hip hop is in a good place when Jeremiah doing work, bro. Also too, just from the crib, this week just dropped Lil Polo the Don, Big 2-9 drop.
Yeah.
Um
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting into that. I didn't get into it yet.
Yeah. He got Chameleon on there, so I know you looking forward to that track.
Yeah.
He got Jack Boy on there. So the track list looks solid. From the crib, so something.
I like his energy, man.
Yeah.
I like his energy.
Yeah.
He ain't afraid to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he out there. I like his energy, I like his flow. So it's gonna be dope to see how this project move through. Shout out to him. Shout out to the home team. Also, too, speaking of home team, B Smith. Shout out to B Smith. B Smith dropped 2 new tracks. Earn It and Section. And both of them fire. Been tapped into both of them. So it's good to see him working again. Good to see him in a better space, because he was going through a bunch of label stuff that was holding him and his talent back. But it's dope to see him out here. Dope to see him back working. And his main producer, Jaffe. And so we already know what that is. So him and Jaffe get together. Dope work. So shout out to B Smith. Also, too, another project that dropped, TNR Bang, Trap No Rap Bang. He dropped his project.
I just listened to that. I just finished listening to that earlier today.
Yeah.
So it's definitely dope.
Yeah. He just dropped. He got A. Lewis on there. He got TNR Stacks and Gang on there. 10 songs. Addersea is the title of it. So shout out to TNR Trap No Rap Bang. That new project. Go stream that. That's dope. And he cut his hair, man. So he on his grown man. So shout out to him. I believe that's all the new music I really been tapping into.
Yeah, but you know how it goes. Last few weeks of the year, kind of slow down.
Yeah.
Everybody gearing up to go full throttle beginning of the year. We already know the beginning of the year is going to be hectic, especially from the crib. It's going to be a lot of new music. Everybody gearing up. I was just talking to Ro the other day, and you know what I'm saying, I was telling him that, you know, everybody gearing up for the beginning of the year. Everybody on go as soon as the ball drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Full throttle. And it's just gonna be a lot to keep up with then at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember January, we're gonna have AG Almighty, we're gonna have Classic and Nova King. And you know how that go with both of those. You're gonna get the music, you're gonna get the visuals. We got some new road visuals coming. I know Savannah got some up her sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Gutter Twins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy year, especially, you know, from the crib. But then on the mainstream scheme, not to mention, I don't know if Smoot dropping a single at the beginning of the year or what. Smoot the Madman got something coming. Gregory Goldwire got something coming at the beginning of the year. So, like I said, everybody gonna go, and then we got mainstream artists like.
Also, too, just this week. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it just hit me
You good?
that Polo Gutter just dropped his project this past week. Progression and Elevation. Yep.
Hey, I listened to that.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
yeah. I told you. Yeah.
He you can tell he comfortable with who he is, you know what I'm saying? He not trying to be nobody else.
Yeah.
And it's kind of and it's crazy because it's that pain / struggle music, but it's very hopeful in it. It's very hopeful too. You know what I'm saying? So it's more like inspiring people who going through the things that he went through or he been through to, you know, keep pushing. So I like that. I like him.
Yep. Shout out to Polo Gutter. Shout out to
especially, you know,
he's straight from us. Yeah. So shout out to him. Progress and Elevation. Go stream that. So you were saying about mainstream?
Yeah. You know, we got Drake coming out. Drake dropping in January. There was somebody else that I knew that I heard of dropping in January. I'm not sure. I forgot.
Yeah, but first quarter is gonna be a lot of dope music coming out. Just to start the year off. Right now, of course, everything's slowing down. Everybody just coasting to the end of the year. So, but our next episode that we drop, the first episode that we drop of the year, we'll have a wrap up. It'll be a little special episode. So looking forward to recording that. Looking forward to the beginning of the year. Looking forward to January. Looking forward to just staying consistent, elevating ourselves, getting better, putting more content, putting more work out. Excited to be working with these artists. Excited to just be, you know what I'm saying, just put our hands on the culture, man. Shout out to everybody that's been tapping in with us from day one. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed to the YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody that comments and interacts with us. Shout out to everybody that follow us on Instagram and interacts and comment with us. Like, subscribe, share the YouTube page. You can follow the IG page at Everything's Legit Podcast. You can follow me at B_real_wise.
You can follow me at _King Pitt. That's with 2 T's. PITT.
That's with 2 T's, man. Yeah, man. So, man, just another dope episode. Another dope way to end the year, to give the people something to tap into, you know, to get them through the rest of this year. We're gonna come back 2021 with some dope stuff.
Hey, will that be season 3? Like what we gonna call it? You know what I'm saying? What's that gonna be?
We're gonna call it the continuation. We're gonna call it
the continuation.
We're gonna call it the upgrade, as we're gonna call it. So excited about that, man. Excited for the things to come. Shout out to everybody working. Shout out to Ro, man, doing his thing. Shout out to Dollars and Deals, everybody under the team.
Rebels.
Shout out to Rebels. Shout out to everybody that's supporting us. Hope everybody stays safe. Everybody just stay healthy. And just look forward to 2021. Putting in some real work, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you coming on this journey, my boy.
Likewise.
Another dope episode for us, my boy.
Hey, it's your girl, Lady Hustle, and you are now tuned into Everything's Legit with Wise and Pitt.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like what you thought I was just sitting back not rapping, nigga? You think niggas ain't get better? Like what you think? I want me a meal to see just how it feel. Ain't worried about no bills, negotiating deals.
Find me some shit, I'm stunning in this bitch, everything legit.
I want me a meal to see just how it feel. Ain't worried about no bills, negotiating deals.
Find me some shit, I'm stunning in this bitch, everything legit.
Hey, I'm about biz, money where my mouth is, spliffy where my mouth is, smelling like ounces, but